Mr. Hempel, if you could...
Right, I will take you through a little tour of the house, which is an old building which has been renovated completely. It was abandoned for about 20 years and was in a terrible state. And we we renovated the house and of course lined as much as we could with hemp and lime. We are here in the corridor, and it's about 35 degrees outside. It's middle of the summer, beautiful weather. And in here we have a corridor all lined with lime, old walls in stone, and it's cool in here. It's maybe 22, 23 degrees without any air conditioning.
Wow.
And here we are under the roof, where we have our living space. It's the roof insulated with 25 centimeters of HempLime and covered by tiles. We have here a lining underneath with wood. You can still see the old beams, and the temperature in here in the middle of the day will raise to 25, 26 degrees, and in the winter time we live here under the roof at 18, 19 degrees, and we are never cold. The house is heated with floor heating directly under the pocket, and there is as well about 10-15 centimeters hemp. The walls, which you see at the end, are covered with lime and hemp, and they, by its natural reaction, absorbs the CO2 in the house. I can tell that the effect of this insulation material is such that it works by itself. We don't have to do any ventilation. We don't have to do others than open up the windows. I can tell an anecdote. When we have our breakfast at 6:30 in the morning, I open up the windows you see over there. It may be -5, -8 outside, and we have our breakfast with the windows open. And during the hour we spend here, the temperature drops not even half a degree inside the house. The effect is called inertia, and it means that we are able to keep the warmth inside the house during the winter for a long time. The north side is, when using a laser, the north side, which is in shadow most of the day, has an inside temperature, let's say, of 19, 20 degrees, and the south side, which is exposed to the sun all day, if the sun is there, has a temperature exactly the same. So there's no difference between north and south, which shows how efficient the insulation is.
Very nice.
I emphasize on one thing, and that is the effect of opening the windows in a house. It should always be aired to remove our humidity, but the walls themselves, they absorb this humidity, which I will show you right now. Go downstairs.
Okay.
Here you see no tiles except just around the bathtub. Perfectly all right. It's been there for now for 6-7 years. And I now sprinkle the wall with water. And within less than a minute, the water has been absorbed in the wall. It costs nothing, and you have no ventilation in this bathroom whatsoever, like in the shower. And the natural effect is simply that the walls, at no cost and no effort, takes up the excess humidity which you have in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I've noticed sometimes there's a slight crack in the wall. And what sort of comment do you have about that?
Well, these materials, these natural materials, they react like we do. When we have a stress, then there's a crack. And when you have a small fissure in the wall like that, actually I leave it, because it shows simply that we are working with natural materials.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to cover it up, you just put a lime render on it and it has disappeared.
But it's not, there's no structural integrity to this wall.
Not whatsoever.
Something to be concerned about.
No,
okay,
not whatsoever.
Very nice. And the air feels fresh inside this house, if I may say so. It's a light feeling.
It's a light feeling. It's cool in here. We have open windows, and it's very warm outside. And in here, it's maybe 20, 21 degrees.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good.